Hey guys, what is going on? Payton here once again, and welcome back to my Swansea career on FIFA 14 Next Gen on the PS4. Now, recently, the Swansea side, we haven't been doing too well in the Premier League. We find ourselves in 9th or 8th in the league. I want to start climbing up that. I want to be making sure that we get through to the Europa League for next season, or maybe even the Champions League. So I decided to play around with the formation, see if that might even change things around. We might even, just by doing this, we could start picking up results and start scoring those goals that we need. So I decided to go with the 4-1-4-1 formation. I'm not sure if any of you guys are actually familiar with that formation. I think it's gonna work out, because it allows me to play Romeo sitting in front of the back four, which is his normal position really, the central defensive mid. It allows both Zaha and Dyer on the left and right, as well as Pablo Hernandez, to run up and down those flanks all day long, as well as Canas and Shelvey and also De Guzman. In that central attacking mid role, they can feed the balls to the likes of Boney and Michu. It's pretty awesome stuff, and I'm feeling pretty positive that it's going to work out for this Swansea side. Wins are going to change. We're going to start climbing up that table. We're going to hopefully get into the Champions League for next season. I'm really pushing for that, guys. Our first fixture was against Stoke City. I wasn't too happy actually playing this because, as you guys know, you Man United fans, we lost against Stoke on Saturday in real life. I'm not going to go into that because this is a Swansea career mode. It's not a Manchester United career mode, but of all the teams that I could have played in the Premier League, I had to play Stoke, and that was the first game of my session, my recording session, and then had to go and edit. They opened up the scoring, as you've already seen, just like they did on the weekend against United. Then thanks to that finish by Canas, put us level 10-15 minutes later. And what a pass from Romeo. I'm so happy that Boney didn't pick that up. It normally happens on FIFA to me, and then it goes on and the ball's dispossessed and that's it. The game continues on as 1-0. But Boney decided to leave the ball, to let it run on, and Canas just picked it up nicely. I did go for a finesse shot. I was hoping that he was going to hit that on his right foot instead of his left, but thankfully it went into the back of the net. Canas did unfortunately pick up a yellow card then just a little bit later on after scoring that goal. He was on a high. He was full of adrenaline after scoring that goal. He wanted more, and it just got the better of him. Asaidi for Stoke came so close to planting that ball into the top corner of the Swansea goal. I wouldn't have been too happy about that, but Adam, oh dear, do I have to talk about him? But he set that for Yilmaz, the player that Mark Hughes brought in the summer on this career mode for Stoke, and he made it 2-1. It was going exactly the same way that it had on the weekend, and that was the full-time score. I mean, how could this happen? Why is it exactly the same? And then we had to play City away from home. This was going to be incredibly difficult for this Swansea side. As you know, I didn't really have the funds to bring in world-class players in the summer. I brought in the likes of Romeo, Zaha, Butner, but I mean, they're not, to be fair, they're not players that are going to go up against the likes of City with Navas and Torre. I mean, it goes on, the list goes on of amazing City players that are just dangerous, and you need to be careful of them. So what I planned to do in this game was to hold on to the ball as much as possible, play the passing game, and when given the chance, hit them on the counter-attack as quick as possible. If I wanted to at least pick up a point from the Etihad, I needed to be cautious when defending. It certainly didn't work out for me there, as Jovetic opened up the scoring for City, and that was just a sign of things to come for City. They were going to take it to us. But I felt so frustrated, because it was always not the ball at Vorm who would save it but parry it away, and then it just fall to the feet of a City player. So unfortunate. Marking was terrible. Canas with the only real opportunity that we had against City to at least get a consolation goal. Routledge came storming in after that corner, but Joe Hart had it covered. He could read us like a book there, saved it, plucked that one out of the air, and look at that again. Another shot at Vorm, he parries, and Navas was there to pick up and mop up, but fortunately for Swansea, he didn't make it 3-0. Butner, so unfortunate there. How many times have I got to say fortunate, unfortunate? But it was a game of fortune for City. They made it 3-0 thanks to a wonderful finish to be fair, from David Silva. Came in, first touch into the bottom corner, almost burst the net. And we lost all 3 points there. And next couple of fixtures, we find ourselves in December, the busiest month of the Premier League season. We've got 2 games in the Europa League group stage that we need to win if we want to be going through to the next round. And we've got the likes of Hull, Newcastle, Norwich, Everton, Chelsea, and then within a space of a day, we got Villa to finish up the month. And speaking of the Europa League group stage, here is our group, Group D. Swansea find themselves in 3rd position. Not looking good, because if it stays this way, we could be out of the competition. So we need to make sure that we pick up a win against Freiburg and also Braga. Standard Liège will be playing Braga when we play Freiburg, so I'm hoping that Braga actually pick up 3 points there and do us a favour, so we can leapfrog into 2nd position and just then hold that down and make sure that we go through to the next round. That's what I really need to do. So this was our next game, the first game of December, the busiest month, as I've already said. It was against Freiburg, sticking with that 4-1-4-1 formation. It didn't work out for me with the first 2 games of this video against Stoke and City. We lost both of those, but I'm prepared to stick with this formation. Michu, a player that you guys want me to start a lot more than I already have been so far this season, opened up the scoring for Swansea. He picked up the loose ball and fired that one home into the top of the net. Swansea in front against Freiburg. Looking positive for this Swansea side if we want to be going through to the next round of the Europa League. Some great creativity there from the Swansea side, from Jonathan de Guzman. He could see Zaha making the run, and you guys thought I was going to take it on the outside of the box down the right, didn't you? You thought I was going to cross in the ball, but no, I could see Michu making the run. I went for the cheeky little chip. I thought it was going to cross the line, but unfortunately it didn't. He could have got his 2nd goal, but a bit later on he did get his 2nd goal before half time. And what a goal it was. Romeo, the loanee from Valencia, found Michu in bags of space, and he made Freiburg pay for that. 2-0 was the final score for Swansea at the Liberty Stadium, thanks to Michu being on target twice in that game. Let's hope now that we can take that momentum into our next fixture against Hull City. The 2nd game of December, as you just saw the league table there, Swansea find themselves in 9th. This is now our time to start turning our season around and start climbing up that league table. Again, sticking with that 4-1-4-1 formation. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? 4-1-4-1. Sounds like one of those dodgy British TV adverts. Phone this number and you can get cheap insurance. But Hull, they find themselves in an even stickier situation than this Swansea side. They're in relegation zone at the moment, so we had to take advantage of that. We could pick up all 3 points here at the Liberty Stadium. I did go with Michu again, and you guys will probably be happy about that. And I gotta say, Michu is starting to go up in my estimations. Yes, Boney is a very strong player, but Michu, he's just there in the right place at the right time. Shelvey opening up the scoring, and just look at the way these Swansea players are starting to link up just nicely, the way I wanted them to play. Look at the ball fall to the feet of Nathan Dyer. I had loads of time. What was I playing at? But look at this as well. I've never seen this on any FIFA game before. Hernandez gives the ball to Taylor. First touch, flicks it up, and then over the back of his head, finding Pablo Hernandez. Some unbelievable techers from Taylor, but we still had a lot to do. The game still stood at 1-0, but not for long, as Aluko absolutely put form to shame there. With a nice cheeky chip over the top of Vaughan. What was he doing? Why was he coming out? Why was he so far off his line? And it just finds the back of the net there. Game 1-1. Half-time was on the horizon, and Michu had the opportunity to smash that ball into the top corner. What a finish it would have been. But I'm always getting denied of goals like that. Always. So second half, a lot to do. We had to make it 2-1 if I wanted to start climbing up the league table. And Nathan Dyer with a sweet cross, finding the head of Boney. Guys, he is such a strong header when it comes to the air. It's amazing. And sometimes you've just got to take advantage of that. And that's exactly what I did. Made it 2-1. And we found ourselves close to picking up those 3 points. We still had a lot of work to do because Hull could easily pull something out of the hat and make it 2-2. But Britain, using all that pace, dug deep and ran the ball like Ryan Giggs in the 99 FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal, and smashed that ball up into the top corner for Swansea. Final score 3-1, and that, guys, is the end of this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed and that you'll stay tuned for more. If you haven't done already, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links can be found in the description below. I'll see you all in the next one.